In my opinion, Slasher is by far the best killer in Forsaken. Now, I'm just going to be analyzing his kit and throwing out a couple of gameplay tips from somebody who's, level 150. So, first of all, Slasher has a basic M1 that does 20 damage and inflicts bleeding to the survivor for 5 seconds. Honestly, there's nothing special about this attack, and it's just an M1. Then he has Behead, which is a lunge move, and it does 20 damage and it inflicts helpless for 8 seconds. After using Behead, Slasher gets slowness 1 for 2 seconds, regardless of whether he hit the survivor or not. I would say it's like Sixer's Eviscerate, but it's not really like his Eviscerate because Sixer's Eviscerate punishes you if you miss it, but that's something for a different video that I probably won't make because I'm lazy. And then there's Gashing Wound. Gashing Wound locks the survivor into a short animation where Slasher does numerous slashes in a wide hitbox, and it does 50 damage. During this animation, other survivors can be damaged, so guests can get a block from this attack. It never feels too unfair, but to be completely honest, if you're unlucky and you're walking in front of Slasher, he can use it when you're walking, but it's relatively easy to dodge because there's a windup that is quite long. Now, on to Raging Pace. Raging Pace is basically activates his passive, and when you use it, Slasher gains Enraged. Now, his passive is when Slasher is enraged, his sprint is disabled, but his walk speed is 19.5. Raging Pace also allows Slasher to regain his stamina up to a max of 70, and when Slasher's enraged, he's stun immune. Slasher's damage output is also increased when he is enraged. An enraged slash does 25 damage, and it lunges him forward. Behead does 35 damage, and an enraged Gashing Wound does 70 damage, which can be a very deadly punish, especially for survivors like Elliot and Two Time, because it basically just deletes all of their HP. Now, on to some gameplay tips. Compared to other killers, Slasher suffers a lot more from stuns, so I recommend if a, sentinel stuns you and they get away, try choosing the closest person to you, and if there's nobody close, but you know where that sentinel is going, you can just sprint in their direction until your stamina hits 0, and then you can just pop Raging Pace to gain basically all of your distance back. For the most part, stuns aren't too detrimental to Slasher, but they certainly can affect the outcome of a chase. Most stuns can be parried or have an obvious wind-up that you can dodge, with the only exception being Two Time, because Two Time sneaks up on you. But even still, just having, good awareness can prevent you from getting stunned almost the entire match. Another tip is that if a guest is standing at the top of a ramp, just walk up a little bit and then wait for them to charge, or if you really want to just rush them down, you can just use Raging Pace to negate their charge completely. Same thing can be said for Veronica, but with Veronica using her bumper, I prefer to try to Gashing Wound her, because if you can time it properly, you can just get a free 50 HP from that Veronica and you completely reset your stamina. Personally, I don't really like to use Raging Pace to negate stuff like charges and bumps from Veronica, but if you want to, go for it. Switching targets is never a good idea, especially for Slasher, unless there is somebody that is way closer to you, which you'll actually see in this clip right here, of me switching from the guest to the shed. Now, if a chance goes to stun you up close, you can just Raging Pace Gashing Wound them, and if a chance tries to stun you from a distance, then you can just Raging Pace if you notice them, and that will prevent you from losing any distance in a chase. Behead is only really good for starting chases and ending chases. This is because of the slowness that it gives you, and Slasher suffers a lot more than other killers from losing distance, and this slowness can actually lose you quite a bit of distance in a chase, Because if you miss your B-head on an Elliott, and then the Elliott uses Rush Hour to get away, that is a lot of distance that Elliott has just gained. And that just about sums up this video. I would like to take a moment to thank you guys for watching, and just say that I'm sorry that this video took me almost 2 weeks to make. And aside from that, just be sure to like, subscribe, and join my Discord. It will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.